I am not a professional, take my words with a grain of salt, but you should try this one easy hack and all of your ADHD problems will be solved forever. No take-backs. SIMBIB. Hello folks, welcome back to Stuff I Make Because I'm Bored, and today I want to talk to you about living with ADHD. I am currently deep in the thrall of a new project, and it is all I want to work on. I had to tear myself away from it to write the script for this video, which I am recording far too late. I've already sunk like 50 hours into this project, and I am probably less than 1/6 done. As much as I am adoring working on this project, one thought keeps looming in my mind. When is the other shoe gonna drop? When am I gonna hit the snag? When am I gonna quit on this project? Which led me to think about ADHD and projects in general, whether they be art projects, chores, studying, or whatever you're working on. YouTube is a project. How do you manage projects and life in general when you have ADHD? Shout out to @VisaConf on Twitter, whose work inspired me a lot to write this script. First, some disclaimers. ADHD, or Attention Deficit Hyperactive Disorder, was named by people who are annoyed with people who have ADHD. They may as well have named it won't pay attention to what I say and refuses to sit still disorder. It's a huge misnomer, and anyone with ADHD can tell you that. I, for one, do not have a deficit of attention. Quite the opposite, actually. I have insane amounts of attention. I can spend 12 hours doing one specific thing if that thing so interests me. My attention to a thing can be so strong that I forget to take care of other important things, like staying alive. There are days where I feel horrible and awful and gross and disgusting and like garbage, and I can't figure out why, only to realize that I haven't drank or eaten anything in 12 hours. Or taken a shower in like 2 weeks. Hey! Hey! Ow! This happens to me at least once every 3 months. Okay, got off track there. That was not the point of this video. Come on, Sin, focus. Now that we all understand what ADHD isn't, let's actually talk about living with ADHD. Like I said, having ADHD doesn't mean that I have a deficit of attention. The trick lies in directing the attention that I do have so that I can actually work on and finish projects and tasks that I start. Now, I've had ADHD all my life, but I wasn't diagnosed until I was in my mid-20s, so I'm still gathering and working on refining my strategies and coping mechanisms. The annoying part of ADHD is that there's no such thing as a miracle strategy that will cure you of all your symptoms forever. Sorry, that was clickbait. Because ADHD doesn't work like that. So how do you wrangle a brain that actively refuses to be wrangled? Well, you're not gonna like this, but the truth is, you don't. But there are things that you can do to make it easier to work with. So here are my general rules to keep in mind as a person living with ADHD. Rule number 1, stop fighting. Always remember, you cannot fight your ADHD. It will always win. Your ADHD is better than you at everything. It is a better fighter, it is faster, it is craftier, and it is by far more stubborn than you will ever be. Nothing you can do can beat your ADHD into submission. And this may sound disheartening at a first glance, but what you can also learn from this is that ADHD is very powerful. And if you figure out ways to direct it and work with it instead of against it, you can also become more powerful than you have ever dreamed of. Rule number 2, hoard coping strategies. Having ADHD means that doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again ad nauseum will make you feel like you're slowly dying in a vat of acid. This makes finding a coping strategy that works for you feel pointless, because why even look for things that would help you if nothing helps forever? The sticky note reminding me to drink water won't help me because now it's part of the landscape of my house. Leaving the empty bag of toilet paper in the hallway won't help me remember to buy toilet paper because I have adapted to stepping over it when I walk down the hall. And the alarm on my phone reminding me to take breaks doesn't work anymore because after it went off 3 times I got so annoyed I just turned it off without taking a break. The way to overcome this is by having multiple strategies. Sticky notes stop working? Keep a water bottle on your desk within eyesight. Or keep a small notebook with stickers and add a sticker every time you finish a bottle. Or set alarms on your phone. Or ask a friend or family member to check in on you a couple times a day. And when one of these stops working, grab another strategy from your tool belt and use that one for a while. The more strategies you have, the more fluidly you can swap from one to the other, minimizing your own frustration. Rule number 3. Multitask. Have multiple things going at the same time. Remember my hobby hoarding video? This is what I was talking about. While this may be a challenge for the lesser man, the ADHD haver will find that working on 2 things at once can actually increase your productivity. Now, if you think about it superficially, that may sound contradictory. But let's think about the quality of time that you spend on each project. Sometimes working on something you don't want to feels like pulling teeth. Let's use doing the dishes as an example. I would often rather hurl myself into the fires of Mount Doom than do the dishes. I hate it. It's boring, it's repetitive, and it never, ever, ever ends. This means I often end up with no spoons, no bowls, no plates, etc., and there's only so much repurposing of a cup as a bowl that I can get away with until I run out of those too. So what do? I do the dishes while I make food. Pan on the stove making rice. Now I have 20 minutes to clear out the dishwasher. Toast in the toaster. I got 5 minutes to grab the dirty dishes from my office and bring them to the kitchen. Yes, this does occasionally result in me refusing to eat, because eating means doing the dishes. I am working on that, but that is not the point. The point is that I am getting work done on 2 tasks, one of which I would not voluntarily want to do, because the reward at the end of the task is food. Yay! This exact same principle can be applied to other projects. If I feel myself becoming frustrated or getting stuck or bored of a project, I put it down and I switch to another one. This means I'm still progressing on something, and I continue to spend quality time with a project. I'm not sitting there taking 5 hours to do a 2-hour task because I'm dilly-dallying or fighting to keep going and stay concentrated. I'd rather spend those 5 hours putting some actual work into a different project, or spend that time resting, which brings me to rule number 4, rest. Self-explanatory, sure, but rest is extremely important. You can't put quality time into anything if you're tired, so go to bed on time. Whenever that is for you. You can go to bed at 5 a.m. and wake up at 1 p.m. I'm not gonna stop you. Just ensure that you're sleeping an adequate amount. Get your 8 hours. And if you're like me and you get bouts of insomnia, then just lay in bed and rest. Mythbusters proved that even if you can't actually sleep, laying down and relaxing is still better for you than being awake. And if you can't make yourself literally take a nap or lie down in bed to rest, I know I can't, I've never been able to nap, then take some time to put in work of a different kind. Passive research. Passive being the very important work here. Watch YouTube videos, read or listen to books about topics that you're interested in, go to museums for inspiration, or take a walk. Inspect every tree you see with much greater scrutiny than you've ever had before. Listen to music and pay attention to what the instruments in the background are doing. Now, what is vital about these kinds of activities as a form of rest is that you do not do work. Don't take notes, don't practice, don't put in any effort at all. Just relax and observe, and let the information flow over you, okay? You're not resting if you're actively working. Rule number 5, remove hidden rules. Another one that feels obvious but sometimes needs to be said. What are some rules that you adhere to that you don't actually have to adhere to? I can't send this email because it's evening. Why? The wonderful thing about emails is that the person that you're sending an email to can reply to you at any time. They'll just get back to you when they can. I have to pre-wash my dishes because the dishwasher doesn't fully clean them in one go. Again, why? If you have to put something through the dishwasher twice, do that. There are golf courses out there that use more water in a second than you will in the entirety of your lifetime. The alternative to running the dishwasher twice is that you have no dishes and you can't make food so you starve. I can't write my book because first I have to write a short book and then I can't do that until... Stop it. Stop saying that. Stop it. Just start. Rules like that exist for people with different brains than you. Find hidden rules and eliminate them. You're already living life on hard mode. Don't make it even harder for yourself. And then probably the most important rule to remember as a person living with ADHD, number 6, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for not being able to finish things. Forgive yourself for not being able to work as hard as you perceive others to do. Forgive yourself for forgetting things. Forgive yourself for needing to ask for help. Forgive yourself for internalizing things everybody always berated you for that you had no control over. ADHD is a memory disorder. If something doesn't inherently pique your interest, your brain will not want to remember it. Where did you put your keys? When was your cousin's birthday again? Didn't you have a doctor's appointment today? Those things don't matter to your brain. There's more important information like that one song you liked when you were 5. ADHD means dealing with time blindness. Knowing how long something will take is almost impossible to gauge. Going to an appointment on time means leaving the house on time and knowing how long transit will take. These are things an ADHD brain are very, very bad at judging. ADHD is an executive function disorder. Starting tasks that are difficult, unrewarding, boring, or stressful is extremely hard. Switching between tasks is hard. If someone interrupts you while you're working, you might not even be able to restart working on the thing that you were already working on that just took you an hour to get started on. ADHD means difficulty regulating your emotions. There are no mediums, that I've found anyway, with ADHD. Either something makes you so excited that you feel like your heart is going to explode, or something makes you so frustrated that you want to commit extreme acts of violence. It's why people with ADHD love so fiercely. It's why they're so passionate. These are not things that are detriments to your character. You have very little control over how these things manifest, especially during times when you didn't know that you had ADHD. Hello, Future Sin here from the editing room. I just wanted to clarify as well. Just because you didn't know how your ADHD was affecting you, if you do know that ADHD is affecting you this way, you do have to take responsibility and try to better yourself. ADHD is a reason, but it's not an excuse. So forgive yourself. Move forward. And those are my general rules to better living with ADHD. And I love how I'm spouting off all of these as if I religiously adhere to them myself, but I'm really not. I'm trying to incorporate them more, especially Rule 6. One of the rules even is remove hidden rules. So think of these less as hard rules that you must follow and more as general guidelines that I hope will improve your life a bit. My ADHD brain is a herd of horses. I can't tame them. I can't catch them. I can't control them. They are incredibly powerful. I can only try to guide them in a general direction that is more favorable to me. My ADHD brain is a toddler. I can't scream and yell and take out my frustrations on it. It's a child. It doesn't have any coping skills. My ADHD brain is me. I am all these things. And I have to be kind and gentle and understanding with myself, because if not, I'm actively working to make myself more miserable. Thank you for listening. I hope you found a few nuggets of wisdom in there that'll help you. And if you want some more information on ADHD, remember, I am not a professional, I am only speaking about my own experience. I recommend looking up ADHD_alien on Twitter. They have a huge resource of informative comics and often reblog things from other ADHD creators. They really helped me in deciding to seek a diagnosis and helped me feel like I wasn't alone, or stupid or lazy or weak. Do you have ADHD? Do you follow other YouTubers with ADHD? It seems to me that every YouTuber that I follow has ADHD, so I guess I have a type. Last question, what are some coping strategies that are working for you right now? Comment down below. If you want to find me elsewhere, I have social medias. You can find the @ here, and also in the description. And finally, thank you so much for spending some time with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Simbib, stuff I make because I'm bored. If it seems like I wasn't emoting that much during this video, it's because I accidentally blasted myself in the face with spray paint and I have chemical burns on my forehead. Oops!